there's something really important about having like a formative low stakes assessment as precursor to a more summative high stakes assessment. And I think that takes the anxiety down. It helps students regulate a little more. It's very difficult to do good formative assessment in big classes with limited resources. I use automatically scored homework assignments from the textbook, but students love them. So I keep using them. But I think that I think in your class, Richard, where these essay exams are coming out of nowhere, it's their first time doing it. And and even, I mean, things that we think are kind of low stakes as the instructor, like, I mean, if it's more than a couple percent, even though it's actually low stakes, and maybe it's 5%, students can really obsess about these, but having some sort of formative process, some maybe assignment or two where there's some feedback but no lower marks or something, maybe something like that like what Armin is saying would help you get on top and establish that early on, and then students can take the feedback in a high stakes setting more graciously.
Well, it's funny because I did add 2 papers this semester, early in the semester, just about the book and only 500 words, but I made them 10 points each. And I have a feeling, Jessica, that the problem is they may be too high stakes already, even 10 points for the intense competitive students we have in our program. See, we have to remember that McGill students are not necessarily like students at other places. And also during the pandemic, they may be more wired than they would be ordinarily.
Richard, sorry, just something really quickly about mine. Mine is about 5. So they have the option of writing 5. We'll grade them for the top 4. So we'll actually drop their lowest one, too, to give them more chances to write.
Yeah, they love that.
They're 5% for a total of 20%. So I just wanted to describe the.
Okay. So it's 4 that add up to 20%. Oh, okay. So maybe I could even take the assignment that I had and break it down into 4 shorter papers instead of 2 10-point. Yeah. Okay. That's a good idea. Thanks.
We do the same thing with count 4 of 5 for our assignments. And we have also, ours are a little bit higher in weight. They're each 10%. But they're, every 2 or 3 weeks based on the content of the past 2 or 3 weeks. And then, we have the final after that, but they like the, the ability to drop the worst one. And I think it just gives a little extra confidence for students who, if anything comes up during the semester, it's like, no, you can still drop it. Like you don't have to worry about not being on your A game throughout the entire semester, which I think is a big struggle for a lot of our students right now.
Yeah. And tied to that, the thing I would say in psychology, we have a lot of students who are not native English speakers, and they're not French either. I would say at least 40% are from someplace else. And so the writing a tight, concise, persuasive essay is a very challenging task.